Hello everyone, this is Squallcasting bringing you another game of StarCraft 2. In this particular matchup we do have Azrael as the red Terran and phatman as the blue Zerg. And we got a bit of early game chatter. Perhaps I guess wanting to exchange, discussions of the various strategies and, how they can both improve. And this is the fantastic thing about the StarCraft 2 community. You lose a game and then you message the guy, oh my goodness, you brutally murdered me. Like, what could I even do against that? And they'll be like, oh no, try mixing in some Thors and do this and do that, and you might have better luck next time. Oh, cool, thank you. Anyway, now this game was submitted to me by Azrael here. He is in the Masters League. So thanks to him for sending me this replay so I can cast it. So this is a TVZ. We'll see what happens. Phatman doing an extractor trick. Could be he forgot to make an overlord since he was chatting so much. Who knows? Azrael needs a question answered after this. But yeah. And I wanted to cast a TVZ. I haven't casted that many, so it's a matchup I feel I need to know a little bit more about. So, lol, no, because then you might do it, lol. Oh, good stuff. So I completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, so I'll just talk like it's normal. Okay, so phatman scouting on out with his drone. Still have some chat, but I'm going to try to ignore that. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see what phatman does choose to go into. Could see something like Ling Bling Yuta. A bit more of an old school style, but still fairly viable, I would say. Yeah, like I said, I don't know too much about this matchup, so I'll be learning with you guys. Azrael, on the other hand, Terrans just have so many different openings they can do. Probably the most common at this point is the early Hellions, where, you get Hellions out. They can kill lots of Zerglings, they can deny creep spread, and generally just kind of keep the Zerg player honest and keep them bottled up in their main. And just, kind of force them to make some attacking units so they can't make only drones. But that said, I do think this is after that patch that went live very, very recently, wherein Queens now do have 5 ground attack range. So if that is the case, then Hellions will not be nearly as effective. So we'll see what happens. Ooh, okay, good. I do have it set to busy. I don't want to be interrupted. I'm casting. So let's see here. Azrael does have its factory going up now, and there is indeed a reactor going up down. So this will be the reactor Hellion opening. And it really just keeps the Terran safe because it gives them so much map control and awareness. And the Zerg really can't go out and attack. And even if, say, they get some roaches and try to push across the map, they won't have speed. And Hellions do have a bit more range than roaches, so they can kind of kite back forever, and then the Terran has tons of time to, say, get a bunker up and defend. So both players do appear to have scouted each other. Yep, so they know where each other are. Phatman has his first queen out now. Let's check that. Oh, okay, so range 3. So this was before that patch. So Hellions will still be pretty darn effective. So, yeah. I guess I need to try to find some games, well, after the 10th when the patch went live, which was a day ago, so, or 2 days ago, I think it was, so. Anyway, Azrael now taking his command center. Phatman does have his natural up, has had it up for some time now. I'm kind of failing at the play-by-play at the moment. Please do bear with me. And phatman just droning on up, getting his Zergling speed, so he'll have that pretty soon. Some Hellions poking in, singeing those Zerglings, generally being annoying, but they will be repelled. 2 more Hellions swinging on forward to meet up with it. Phatman does have both queens down here to defend, sending this one back up to the main now. I guess just moving that one down to plant down a creep tumor. Pretty standard stuff. Phatman scattering his overlords across the map. This one's probably moving to park up here on the high ground. And Hellions moving in again, roasting some drones. Getting just one. Hasn't lost any Hellions yet, though. And might just return those home, repair them up, and send them out again. This is finishing morphing into an orbital command. Yeah, okay, so we got a single drone overload up there, and so Phatman will probably move that in at some point just to check on tech. And Azrael does look to be moving into a biomech composition here, as he's getting lots and lots of reactors and barracks and related things. And I guess for now, just using this factory to build reactors for the barracks. So once both Combat Shield and Stim are done, he can just move it over. Or he might keep building Hellions, we'll see. I'm not sure. So I'm going to say it could be either or, that way I'm right in both cases. Or he'll do something completely different and prove me wrong. I bet you that will happen. Because as we all know, I am wrong far more often than I'm right. Now, Blue is moving out with a bunch of lings. That's quite a few, so it looks like he might want to attack, but I don't know if he's really going to be able to do anything. Looks like he might just be positioning them back here, maybe to flank the army if it moves out. We will have to see. Just moving them around the map, just checking for things, I suppose. And we got some more Hellions moving out. I'm not sure what Azrael's talking about, but maybe there was something moving down there that I wasn't aware of. Oh, in any case, these Hellions dealing damage. The Zerglings trying to get this around. The Hellions having to just run. Still dealing tons of damage. These Zerglings are getting very low. Let's see how many kills. 8 kills in that Hellion. 7, 6, and 5. So these Hellions definitely killing off an awful lot of lings. And Phatman not really accomplishing that terribly much with them. So Evo Chamber finishing up. A single Spine Crawler in the center, just to prevent Hellions from getting in, getting armor upgrade and melee upgrade. So it does look like Phatman wants to go with a very Ling-oriented army. Just now getting his lair at the almost the 10-minute mark. That feels a little bit late to me. And we'll see where he goes from there. So it could be he wants to get some mutas out, or it could be he just wants to go up to Ultras. I don't know if anyone really does that. Or Ling Infester. I'm actually going to put my money on Ling Infester. He does have all these geysers going. And you don't really need that many geysers for, well, just Lings. You'd need that many geysers for mutas, though. We'll see what happens. I'm going to stop ruminating and letting you all know just how uncertain I am. I'm a new caster, don't judge me. So Blue is breaking down these rocks here. Just gonna look to expand there. Yep, there goes the hatchery. So just opening that up so that way he has more options for getting around, and that way if there's an attack coming in through here, he can swing some units up here and some units around down here. And boom, go the rocks. Azrael has broken down his own rocks already, starting to wall this with supply depots, and does look like he wants to do a bit of a drop. Let's see here. Yep, he had to beat on this third, or he just knows it's going down now because he has awesome game sense and timing. Now we do have an infestation pit going down, so yep, going to be that Ling Infester build I was talking about. See, I was right. I didn't doubt myself for a second there. There are a lot of Lings there, but if these Marines get positioned well, those Lings will be very cost inefficient. But so far, Azrael not being in the greatest of positions, but still killing quite a few Lings, and then picking up, only losing a handful of Marines. There is more stuff in the main to repel those, so he's going to have to fall back. Not really accomplishing very much with that drop, but only losing a handful of Marines, so not a huge deal. Looks like he wants to go drop again, though, loading up even more medevacs. Yeah, that's kind of interesting, but Blue seems to know about this. He's swinging on in. These Marines are tucked into a nice corner, though. We'll be able to kill so many Lings before they die. And he's coming back with more medevacs, but chooses to load up and run. Yeah, it looks like he wants to keep going for it. This is a pretty decent spot here. Killing that Overlord. And Red just kind of being annoying. Looks like he might want to push up the middle. And Blue, I don't think he has a Baneling nest. And I feel like he should look at getting that. Seeing how Marine heavy Azrael is going. Well, we'll see what he chooses to go for. This Queen trying to run away. Definitely going to die. And this base is in a ton of trouble. So many drones going down. Blue does burrow them. So at the very least, Azrael will have to scan. Oh, but now he's getting some Baneling. Okay, so he does have a Baneling list. I didn't see it go up. But Azrael picked up on it. And he is going to kill this base. Fungal's going down though, picking off a lot of Marines, but Red manages to load up and run, and there was not a second Fungal available. And this Infestor threw down a Fungal, but completely whiffed on it, accomplishing basically nothing, and Azrael is securing his third. But in the midst of all this, Blue has been doing a decent job of his creep spread, getting some across this main attack lane here, getting some down here towards the middle for flanks. So definitely still keeping up with his fundamentals. This Overseer being so annoying and gooping up that command center, just delaying that SCV building for just a little bit, and that's fantastic. Blue pushing up the front a little bit. This tank going down for sure, or maybe not for sure. That tank definitely not going down anytime in the near future. And Blue pulls on back. He has a decent number of infestors, but they don't have that much energy yet. These new ones, though, do have enough energy for Fungals, so he has a few Fungals available to him. And rebuilding that third. And I feel like she should take a fourth, and it looks like that's what he wants to do. You never want to be on equal bases to your Terran or Protoss opponent. You always want to be up one. So you're going to look at taking that fourth now. Let's take a look at what Azrael's working on. He does have another NG Bay going down, so wants to continue getting dem upgrades for dem Marines. He's throwing down an armory as well, so that way he can move into 2-2. And potentially even get some upgrades for these tanks. That would be a good call, as upgrade tanks deal so much damage. And tanks with the +1 upgrade do one-shot Zerglings, so... we got a bit of an engagement here. Some Fungals going down, catching a lot of Marines. Azrael positioning the rest of his Marines behind his tanks, but Blue does have to fall back. That's just too many tanks to deal with at all. So Azrael just continuing to be on the aggressive here. Has some Vikings out. Could be he wants to pick off some Overlords. Looks like he might be scouting around a little bit for stuff. He's going to pick up on that Overlord, so that's good for him. And yeah, so Azrael just kind of holding this beachhead here. Might try to stem up or scan and pick off more tumors, or might just load up medevacs and go for a drop. A drop way down here. What's he doing? And does catch wind of that counterattack and easily takes it out with a whole bunch of Lings. Okay, looks like he wants to take out this fourth, or, well, let's actually just watch the waypoints. Okay, going into the natural, but in the process he will see this fourth. He will see this fourth. He will see the... Oh, just barely sees it. Wow. Okay, it looks like he's attacking up there a little bit too. Still has looks like he lost a few tanks, so not quite sure what happened there. He is dropping in at the fourth now, and there's nothing there, and it did finish. So Fat will not be able to cancel that. That's quite unfortunate for him. Trying to run Zerglings in to chase it, but I don't think it'll be enough. Yep, there it goes. Loading up, running away instantly. Very nicely played by Azrael. And he has a decent number of tanks here, has a nice little spread on them. Isn't yet researching upgrades for them. Wish he would. He certainly does have the money for it. But it could just be he doesn't quite have the time to do it yet. He is getting his 2 attack now for his infantry, which does comprise kind of the meat of his army. And adrenal glands coming down for the Zerglings. That makes me so happy. Oh, man. Simming forward, some Marines, looks like he wants to do a bit of damage. Just buying positioning so that way these tanks can siege up as well. Gonna pick off some outlying Overlords. Batman definitely looks to be in a bit of a difficult position here. Azrael should probably look at pulling those Marines back. Yeah, they're all gonna die. Those tanks a little bit exposed, throwing out a whole bunch of infested Marines. We'll see if that's able to accomplish anything. Probably gonna lose at least 1 tank, or maybe not. Definitely not gonna lose any tanks in the near future. As I mentioned before, just continuing to leapfrog these tanks forward very nicely. And look at this tank spread. That is fantastic. Definitely running a bit low on the Marines now. Has a decent number here, but it's been thinned out a little bit. But that said, he is max, so you can't really fault him for not reinforcing Marines. Okay, he actually has 47 Marines. There must be some back at home that he's about to bring up. I'm not sure. In any case, that base dies, and yeah, this looks like the end for Phatman. Going in for one final attack, but it's not going to work. There's just too many tanks. They're too well spread out. Scan going down, picking off all the infestors, and there's the GG. Azrael asking for tips, even though he just totally murdered his opponent. Phatman does not want to discuss it. You won because you're Terran. 2-2 leaves the game, Phatman. Clearly not the happiest about the state of ZVT. Yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do like, subscribe, and leave comments, and I will see you later.